Okay guys, we're back inside of the first Descendant and we've got a lot going on. They've finally given us a full introduction of Luna and this is going to be an interesting one. We also have a bit of a pre-warning with regards to linking accounts that's been around since day one. Vesa is missing something quite bloody crucial and a load of Reddit posts that you guys need to see. So if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Also on top of that, check out our giveaway that we've got going on right now that we're going to be announcing this Sunday to one of you guys that are winning 1060 caliber. Now we know full well that these skins are getting a little bit pricey, so we thought that we would help out. So if you want to get your hands on 1060 caliber today, make sure that you head down into the comment section and pop a music emoji of any kind, headphones, some sort of music, whatever you want for Luna, and it'll enter you in. We'll give away this via the announcement sector of the Discord via the link in the description, so make sure that you're involved in it. Anywho, we're going to dive on into all of the news happening inside of the first Descendant today. So starting off, just a few moments ago, we had the first tweet up going from the first Descendant stating, introducing Luna. She is a buff type supporter using her music to grant beneficial effects to allies around her. Look forward to our next update. Now, we are so damn excited for this and I cannot wait for it to eventually turn up. You know full well the entire community is going to be diving in to try and get hold of Luna. You know full well that's going to happen, so I can't wait to see exactly what she can do. But moving forward into the in-game right now, there seems to be an issue with the linking towards your Nexon account, and this seeming to be very, very troublesome for a lot of you. So if you've not linked your account already, maybe don't link it just yet. What is going on right now is if you have already played the game and haven't linked your account, when you eventually link your account, it will restart your progress completely. That involves all microtransactions, that involves all storyline, all progression, all character unlocks. It starts you off as if you've never played the game. Now, I had this issue on day one, and it was something that I just ended up not linking, therefore I don't have any of the Twitch drop rewards, which is quite frustrating to say the least, and it seems that there is still an issue outstanding. Now, a post from Lucky Luke, one of the Discord guys over on our Discord, has actually been putting in some work with this one. So he states, so basically the title, your only way of contacting support is if you have Nexon account. If you link your Nexon account to your Xbox, PlayStation or Steam account, it will delete all of your data and it will reverse your account to literally brand new account. So do not link your account. It will wipe your entire progress and you will lose everything you've grinded for. You will lose everything you've paid for. You will lose everything. Now, there seems to be a bit of an issue, as apparently there seems to have been people who have linked their account and not been able to get their accounts back. Now, what I have found is if you unlink your account straight afterwards, you will be able to obtain the original quote-unquote guest account back. But some people are not having that same luck and have been removed after submitting numerous tickets and losing hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. This does seem to be a bit of an issue, and I don't really understand what it is that's going on with that and why there's still such an issue with the account linking, but hopefully Nexon do approach this situation and we see some news around it pretty damn soon, because realistically this could end up being quite a messy topic to say the least. Let me know in the comments if you guys have had any issues with regards to this, because I think that this one is something that Nexon need to address sooner rather than later. Next up though, someone has noticed something that Vesa is missing, and this is not your standard movement. She's not missing a leg, not missing anything sort of like a limb to regard, but apparently she is missing her jiggle effects. Yep, you knew full well it was going to be something like that when it comes to the first Descendant community. An article via videogamer.com states this. Yes, even though the game has plenty to offer in terms of scantily clad female descendants, this still isn't enough for one Redditor. According to user Rekresnug, Vesa, one of the characters we're introduced to upon starting the game, does not have jiggle physics, despite her having it in the character selection cinematic. And unsurprisingly, they immediately called on Nexon to correct this egregious oversight, because it feels very off and would definitely boost the sales of paid skins. Predictably, the post received an outpouring amount of support from other players, with many calling on Nexon to prioritize it in its future hotfix. Of course, placing much emphasis on jiggle physics seems unlikely for the devs, since First Descendant still has a few issues to fix, like its recent Valby run translation fiasco, but you know, the TFD team has been very transparent and communicative regarding the game's problems recently, so it may eventually be addressed in an upcoming patch. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens with that one, but it is hilarious that it's become such an issue to the community, considering some of the things that are actually happening right now, such as this post right here that received 1.4 thousand upvote stating endgame in a nutshell. And yes, that's Sharon hiding behind a wall of an outpost waiting to go invisible to go and unlock those features to get those freaking patterns. We know we've all been there. And if you think that some things are hard already, just be glad that this never made it to the game, as obviously people have already had a notion into all of the betas and stuff like that. And this one states right here, required items to participate in intercept battles. You need silver and gold compasses to start an intercept battle. You can obtain them from the consecutive defense and consecutive survival missions. So just be glad that they're not in the game, because they could cause for some bloody nightmares if they actually were released at launch. And next up though, the community are not giving up, as the main paint premise is still becoming a bit of a problem. And not only the fact that you have to pay for one locked skin for one locked piece of paint, this goes so much further. This post right here states, this is total BS. Not only are we not locked out from painting default skins and having paints locked to one skin, if you do get a paint, it doesn't even look remotely the damn same in game. And this is an issue that we're all having quite a lot just recently. For me, I'm having to play around with a lot of different flipping colors, and it's actually becoming a bit of a nightmare, because what looks good in the main customization menu looks nothing like what it is you look like when you're running around. So if you actually want to look cool, then it's going to cost you a fair few quid to be able to color change and alt after you've seen what it looks like in game. Although some people are now getting a little bit gassed up, as one Reddit user finally got all the Descendants as a free-to-play player. This guy has obviously put in hundreds upon hundreds of hours into this game already, because that is no mess around. Being able to get all of the ultimates and all of the characters in their standard issue is an absolute achievement, and whether these are all leveled up and that, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not 100% sure, but it will take some damn work, especially with things such as the energy activators. Stating right here, anyone think that 30 hours is a bit much for this? It already feels like it takes forever to get the blueprint for it. And the biggest problem for me is not just that it's 30 hours build time, it's that you can only do one at a time. So within a due period of about 2 to 3 days, you can only get 2 of these, which is a little bit ridiculous. I don't really understand why they've limited this so damn much, as these are a pretty crucial part of most of your build mechanics when it comes to your characterization. You need this for the next level of attributes and to be able to expand your modules and stuff like that. So if you want full builds across all characters, it's going to take you a very long time, which in my defense though, I think it should really take a long time, not because it's building for 30 hours, but I think that the way that it's issued should mean that there is a lot more replayability in this, and your growing of character should take a little while at least to be able to happen. Nobody should have this game fully completed in the first few weeks. It's definitely not something that I would have wished for the game, as it doesn't seem to be one of those game sorts that you should be able to do that with. That's how games die pretty quickly, and I'm kind of glad that they've got a bit of longevity behind it. It's just a little bit questionable as to how they've actually issued that one out. It would state that if obviously we didn't have these time gates and stuff like that with the free-to-play mechanic, you could probably actually complete the game in a week or two, which is a little bit mind-blowing to say the least. With around 200-300 hours, which again is a massive number, you can actually get this game to the point where you have all the characters unlocked and everything issued. Me myself, I'm way too impatient for that, so there have been a couple of characters that I have most definitely purchased, and I'm sure I can speak for most of the community when it comes to that regard, but we're going to be grinding out for quite a few of them, and hopefully the time cap doesn't hit as big as we kind of think it's going to. Let me know how many characters you've got right now and your favorite in the bunch so far. That being said though, it's unfortunately all we've got time for today. If you haven't already, make sure you do like and subscribe, and thank you so much again for your ongoing support in the first Descendant, and join the Discord. There's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people that have all like-minded players like yourselves, all exchanging information, helps and builds. So get involved. Thanks again for watching guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.